Good morning, America. I hope everybody out there is doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty fabulous. Still fat, though. Sometimes that's not such a big deal, but always trying to get better. So today, I kind of want to talk about common sense and critical thinking. I was listening to the news this morning, and they were talking about all the disinformation that's going around on YouTube. Stuff like get rid of the coronavirus by drinking bleach, or bananas kills coronavirus, or stuff like that. So here's the thing. There's a lot of stuff out there that the average person is going to listen to and go, you know what, that's BS. I'm not paying attention to all that business. But there are some people out there that are very susceptible to social media and, what they see. And, it's a terrible thing on whoever's putting that stuff out's part, because they're leading people down a path that's possibly, harmful to them. However, there's a thing called common sense. And when I was a kid, my grandpa, Jim, used to tell me, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, And what that really means is, it leads me into another phrase that I heard in the military: trust but verify. Trust but verify. So if you're on social media and you see something that looks like the next whiz bang thing to get rid of coronavirus or get rich quick, or whatever it is, if it seems like it's coming from a credible source, there's no harm in trusting it. But dang, verify it. In the age of the interwebs, like, you can get all the information in the world in a matter of seconds. If you punch in the right Google searches, or if you use Bing or whatever other Firefox, whatever search engine that you use, try several different things, catchphrases or words or whatever, to search for whatever you're searching for. So the common sense is part of this whole thing is trust but verify. If somebody tells you something, everybody's got a gut feeling, unless you're just a sheeple, which there are people out there that are like that. It's not a knock against anybody. It's just there are people out there that are timid, and they're not outgoing. They're kind of introverts, and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just everybody's different. Everybody's got faults and flaws and all that kind of stuff. And I got a ton of them. I can tell you right now. You just ask my wife, she'll tell you. But anyway, so when you come across something that causes you to have a quandary, put some brain cells to it. Think about it. Look it up. I mean, if you got an encyclopedia, when I was a kid, the big thing was Encyclopedia Britannica. They had door-to-door salesmen that sold Encyclopedia Britannica, and it had just about every bit of information in it that you could possibly ever want. But here we are almost 50 years later, and there's so much more information. You'd have 400 books just to put it all in there, or more possibly. But we got internet, so just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's true, contrary to popular belief, or whatever that commercial was with the French model guy. But anyway, if you spend just a few minutes, thinking about things before reacting to things, a lot of times that'll put you in a position to where you're not harmed in any way. In other words, if you're trying to cross a highway and there's a pot full of cars coming, don't step out there. Spend a few minutes thinking about what the best way to get across is. Otherwise you might end up like the frog on the road. But anyway, there's a lot of that kind of stuff, and it all boils down to what I consider critical thinking and common sense. Some people are born with common sense. I wasn't, but luckily I had a granddad that was, and he taught me a lot of stuff about how to think smartly, and kept me out of a lot of trouble. Sometimes I forgot it growing up, and I got into some trouble, and then afterwards I'd think to myself, you know what? I wonder what my grandpa would have told me to do. And but anyway, so now at my age, I'll try to think about stuff before I just go off half-cocked, But anyway, so if you're watching these YouTube videos or any type of social media videos that are telling you to drink bleach or eat Tide Pods, or whatever the new fad is today, think about it. If it makes sense, freaking do it. Have at it. If it doesn't make any sense, research it a little bit, because we're all wrong, to a degree on things here and there. Sometimes I look at things and I go, oh, that makes sense. And then later I'm like, crap, what was I thinking? But before I go on down those roads now, I always try to, think about it a little bit. So, but anyway, you guys stay safe, be safe, and have a great day, and sleep well tonight, and we'll see you on the next go around.